It's Friday, which means it's time for a walk and talk. And this Friday is no different. So, if you've never seen this before, this is basically where I give an update on the channel and stuff like that. And if you're just new to me, or just now catching me, I would appreciate it if you subscribe. Now, I'm not the type of person that asks people to do that a lot, but we've been making some good progress. We're not far from 2,000 subscribers, so I'm gonna have a giveaway when we hit that, which will be good. I don't know what I'm gonna give away, but it'll be something good. I don't know if you've been with the channel for a while, you realize I do give away pretty good stuff. So, and if you've won good stuff from me and received it, say it in the comments so people can also see that, like, it's the real deal. We give away stuff. Been noticing a lot of things here lately. A lack of organized hunts, and some of the ones that I've been to have been not bad, but like there's clearly a problem that I'm noticing where silver prices are affecting hunts, because I don't know what the problem is really. It's like people are afraid to charge a certain amount for a hunt because they think no one's gonna come, I guess, so they just don't have a hunt. Okay, we as detectorists, we have no control over external pricing of things, okay? So as those prices go up for prizes, the hunt cost has gotta go up, okay? Don't be afraid to ask for a certain amount. Don't be afraid to cover your costs. It is not doing the hobby any favors by just canceling hunts. Let me shift this. Oh yeah, that was a terrible thing to do. We'll just go back to where we were. So I want you guys to think about that. Also think about outside the box prizes too. I don't know at what point metal detecting got so wrapped up in silver. Now I've said this before, like, dig the midtones, guys. Gold's what you're looking for. Silver should be like base treasure, okay? Of course, these days it's becoming copper. Copper's base treasure. But, you know, and maybe this is something that happens in the evolution of the hobby, you know, for an individual. Like, in the beginning, a lot of people are so desperate to find a silver coin. I got news for you. You're gonna find silver coins. All right? They were used in trade for a very long time. There's tons of them in the ground. People will be, if metal detecting exists in 100 years, people will still be digging silver coins from 100 years before right now. Okay, they're out there. And I know sometimes it seems everything's been dug up. It hasn't. Most places haven't been detected. Most places are virgin. I know that that's hard to believe, but I need you to remember something when you're in your bubble, okay? Anytime you see something, you're like, I bet that's a good spot. You're like the 100th person to think that. Okay, a lot of the spots are just not as visible. Remember that. And that's, you know, that's where research comes in. You can find places that have never been detected. They're out there, okay? And once you get into a certain, like, it's like a certain zone, all right, where you've been in the hobby for a while, you've gotten used to it, you just develop certain methods. I know if you watch like my videos or lots of videos, you know, people are all the time digging silver coins. Now granted, you're all the time seeing like the edited version. You're not seeing like the millions of pull tabs, the millions of bottle caps, the millions of memorial scents. But that's all part of it, okay? So just don't get discouraged. Just remember there's tons of stuff out there. If it's low-hanging fruit, You're not gonna be the first person in that orchard trying to pick from it. Now, with that said, I got a video that's gonna be coming out in probably about a month or so, where I kind of talk about this particular park. When I first started hunting it, it was like nothing but bottle caps, nothing but pull tabs, nothing but trash. And then one day it was like I started unlocking stuff that was much older. People have been detecting this place for decades. Then all of a sudden I started finding stuff that I didn't expect to find. Why? Nothing changed. The only thing that changed was me, right? So it really goes to the idea that, like, you hear people say nothing is hunted out. A lot of times that's right. I mean, there are places I go where I may swing for like an hour or two before I even dig a hole. But when I do, something cool comes out of the ground. And this place is kind of like that. But anyway, you'll see it when it comes out. It's not even particularly special, but it is a kind of like a proof of the idea of what I'm talking about, this persistence. Sorry if the weed eater is very loud. Not to drone on that too much, but prices of silver affecting hunts. We got to kind of get out of this silver mindset. With that said, I don't want to like go to a hunt where I'm digging like 40% halves and war nickels. I've said that before. I would rather pay more to have a good hunt. That's just how I am. Now, if it means that I go to less hunts in a year and I just go to like a big good hunt, so be it. I'm for that. So something to think about if you're a hunt organizer. Speaking of hunts, tonight, so this is actually 6/18, Cowtown Treasure Hunters meet is tonight, and there's going to be an arena hunt. If you saw my video about what it's like to be in a metal detecting club, the Cowtown edition, you can see what an arena hunt is like. It's fun. So these meets take place at the North Texas High School Rodeo Association. That's where their meetings are. And they have like a rodeo arena, and occasionally we'll have a club hunt there, and it's so fun. Apart from the fact that there are piles of horse dung everywhere. But you know what? It won't stop me from digging a hole, I guarantee. Guaranteed. I'm sure you've seen videos of mine. Well, maybe not, but they're out there. In Wales, as a matter of fact, I will not let a piece of dookie stop me from getting treasure. And you shouldn't either. What else we got? I got a little note connected to my camera so I can see what it is. Another thing I'd like to talk about, for people who detect a lot, who have amassed a large amount of treasure, at what point do we cash out? Or ever? This is kind of like a philosophical question. I'm curious to see some of the answers. There is a detectorist in the UK named John Bradbury, and he was selling some of his finds, and everybody was like, "Oh no, what's going on? Are you okay?" You know, he's no spring chicken. He's not super old, but he'd been detecting a lifetime, you know. And I asked him, I was like, "Dude, what's the deal?" And he's like, I don't want to die and my finds just be scattered to the wind. I want to get the use out of them, maybe go on a vacation or do something. I think that's fair. So I want to know your thoughts on this. You know, I mean, like, I've amassed a rather large silver collection, and gold and stuff, and what do I do with it? You know, I thought about seeing if I could cash it all out and go buy a car. Because, you know, just as an idea, that'd make kind of a cool video, right? It also furthers the idea of like, why do we treasure hunt? Certainly we don't do it so we can just hoard treasure, right? I mean, I guess that's part of it. There's something to Scrooge McDucking your stuff where you're playing in it, swimming in it, holding it, and such. Let me get out of the sun here. But let me know your thoughts on that. Is there a point at which we cash out? I don't know. I assume there is. I'm not gonna go, you know, I think it's a pretty good walk and talk, really, as far as I'm concerned. Of course, deep down, I'm a very boring person. I think a lot of us are. Just, you know, life is kind of boring sometimes. I think that's why we like going to, well, we used to like going to movies, so we could like feel a little less bored. Live vicariously through imagination. Get on roller coasters and stuff, but I don't know. It bees like that. It's one of those days. So I'm looking forward to the Cowtown meet tonight. Looking forward to the arena hunt. I might take my my meta glass. Maybe I'll go live on Instagram from the arena hunt. So if you follow me on Instagram at Get That Treasure, maybe I'll go live tonight from there. Of course, this this is one of those things where like this is the day before you see it, and this is going to happen on this day. So once again, we're back to the pre-recorded live call-in show concept where it's wasted information on you. But nevertheless, feel free to follow me on Instagram at I Get That Treasure, or Facebook for that matter. It's always at Get That Treasure everywhere. So I look forward to seeing you there. I have found that I have several different audiences. My Instagram audience is different than my YouTube audience, and on YouTube, my long form audience is different than my shorts audience. Really weird. I don't know why all that is, but it is. My Facebook audience is different than all the other audiences. I will tell you that you probably get more insight into me via long form on YouTube, but you also can see more of my like daily stuff on Instagram. I do update my stories, so check them out. Let's see, if you want swag or stickers or anything I may have at the time, feel free to email me at igetthattreasure@gmail.com. I will send it to you free of charge. Also, if you got a favorite find you'd like me to showcase, this week we had a cool one from Dennis Wynn, the Knights Templar buckle. It was cool. So if you got something, and I'll check it out. I'll see if I can find some history on it. I'm by no means a historian. This is not Antiques Roadshow, and sometimes I'm wrong. But I do like to provide a place where we can have a discussion. This Get That Treasure is about the metal detecting community. So if you are a part of that community, or you want to be a part of that community, give me a follow. If you ever have any questions, you can always email me. I'm easy access. So if you get out this week, I hope you get that treasure. This weekend should be pretty nice. I'll see you Monday with a hunt video. And thank you so much for watching.